After weeks of intense fighting and devastating losses on both sides, a fragile truce has settled upon the Gaza Strip. The ceasefire, brokered by international mediators, brought a pause to the relentless cycle of violence that has gripped the region for far too long. As the guns fell silent, a sense of cautious relief spread among the war-weary population. The truce agreement includes a number of key provisions, including the cessation of hostilities by both Israel and Hamas. The deal also calls for the reopening of border crossings to allow for the flow of humanitarian aid into Gaza, where essential supplies have been dwindling. This ceasefire represents a small window of opportunity for peace. It is crucial that both sides seize this moment to address the underlying issues fueling the conflict. The international community must also play its part by providing urgent humanitarian assistance. Furthermore, there needs to be a concerted effort to revive stalled peace negotiations. The goal should be to find a lasting solution that ensures the security and well-being of both Israelis and Palestinians. As part of the truce agreement, Hamas has agreed to return the bodies of 2 Israeli captives. This gesture carries significant weight, both symbolically and practically. For Israel, the return of their fallen soldiers is a matter of deep national importance. It is seen as a moral imperative to bring their soldiers home for burial. The return of the bodies could also serve as a confidence-building measure between the two sides. It could pave the way for future dialogue and negotiations. The families of the captives have endured unimaginable anguish and uncertainty. The return of their loved ones remains, while not bringing them back, will at least offer some closure. This development could potentially open a new chapter in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Despite the ceasefire agreement, the delivery of humanitarian aid to Gaza has been delayed, causing growing concern among international observers. Essential supplies, including food, medicine, and construction materials, have been slow to reach those in desperate need. Gaza's infrastructure, already devastated by years of conflict and blockade, has been further crippled by the recent fighting. The healthcare system is on the brink of collapse, and many families are struggling to access basic necessities. The delays in aid delivery are exacerbating an already dire humanitarian situation. It is imperative that Israel fulfills its commitment to allow for the unimpeded flow of aid into Gaza. Failure to do so will have dire consequences for the civilian population. The current truce provides a glimmer of hope, but the path to lasting peace in Gaza remains long and uncertain. Deep-seated mistrust and animosity between Israel and Hamas continue to pose significant challenges. The underlying issues that gave rise to the conflict, including the Israeli blockade of Gaza and the lack of a political horizon for a Palestinian state, remain unresolved. The international community must work tirelessly to support a meaningful peace process. This requires engaging with both sides, addressing the legitimate grievances of both Israelis and Palestinians, and working towards a just and sustainable solution. Only then can we hope to break the cycle of violence and achieve lasting peace in the region.